Hello and welcome to the Lady Charmaine Live Show. I am your host, Lady Charmaine. Thank you guys for joining us for Hot Topics tonight. We have a really good show for you tonight. It's going to be hot. So what we want you to do, take the moment right now. Please, 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 please share this video. And as you can see at the top, what we're going to be talking about tonight, but we also have other topics we're going to be talking about tonight. So we are taking your calls live. Here's the number, 916-226-9226. Again, the number is 916-226-9226. And we want you all to chime in on the conversation. I'm trying to find the number to go at the top so you guys can actually join us. But anyway, here it is. So make sure you like the page, share the page, and also comment, because we look forward to reading your comments tonight. We're all going to be reading your comments as we see your comments come up. But right now, we just want to let you know that this portion of the Lady Charmaine Live Show is sponsored by Up and Away Travel Services. My girl, Sherry Brockman, is here to help you. Just give her a call at 916-226-9226 or go online to upandawaytravelservices.com. And I got some great people in the studio joining me on tonight. I got some wonderful guests. And tonight, joining me in the building for the very first time, we got none other than the hair hustler. He goes by the name of Derek Dennis. Hey, Derek, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lady Charmaine. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Then we got my girl, Miss Marie Hutchison.
I'm in here.
Yes. And then we got my very own boo thing.
All right now.
And Joe Bassett.
In the house.
Joe Bassett, literally in the building.
That's right.
All right.
In the house. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Now, we did have some good conversations before we started. We actually briefly touched on what we're going to be talking about today. And like I said, I want you guys to chime in, give us a telephone call. We want to hear your passion about the topics. If you've been a part of any of these particular situations, definitely call us, because we want to hear from you. Okay, so here is the first topic of the evening. Y'all ready?
Absolutely.
Now, this article was written back in 2012, and it was posted in the Daily Mail. And here it is. Mothers who deny fathers access to the couple's children after a breakup could be jailed. Interesting, right?
All right.
Wow.
Separated parents who fail to allow their partners to maintain a proper relationship with their children could be stripped of driver's licenses or passports, hit with curfews, ordered to do a period of unpaid work, or even jailed. Now, in Britain, they were proposing this. It was a dramatic extension because they saw a lot of things that was going on dealing with the breach of court orders regarding the care arrangements amid concerns of millions of youngsters losing contact with their absent fathers. So basically proposing this new right, it was called shared parenting. They decided to reform this in light of the heartbreaking evidence that 1 of 5 children from a broken home loses touch with the parent that leaves the family home within just they said within just 3 years or never sees them again. Now, we are not talking about, now here's a disclaimer. We're not talking about abusive fathers. So let's kick that out the window right now. I don't want y'all saying, we know if he's abusive or what if we ain't talking about that. We're talking about very good fathers who love their children and want to take care of their kids. Should they be denied the right to see their children because you are upset, because you are a bitter Betty,
Okay.
Okay.
and you just flat out tripping because you are hurt. So now you're putting your hurts on your children. So here is the question, everybody. Should mothers who do not allow the father to see their children and strip the fathers of their rights of having a healthy relationship with their child, should they be jailed? Should they go to jail?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I think that they should go to jail. You know, I do hair. I've been doing hair for like 23 years, and you know, some women, you know, they sit in my chair and I've had this conversation with them, and I tell them I wish you would. You know, how could you? Don't even have that in your brain to even think that you are going to take this child away from his father. Like you said, Lady Charmaine, if they're a rapist or a molester, okay, or they beating the child to death, of course, that's a given. But if this father is a loving father and all he wants to do is just be around his child, take his child to the park, do things that fathers do with their child, there's no way that you should jump in the middle of that and say no. And 9 times out of 10, I believe that it's not because the father is bad, it's because you're dealing with your own issues.
Oh, yeah.
You know, about the man might have left you. He might have got another chick that you don't like, or he might just be happy, and you want to monkey wrench that. You know what I mean?
Right,
And
right,
say,
right.
That's right.
Right.
And
That's
9
right.
times out of 10, a single father will never do that. I know single fathers, and on the weekends when the deadbeat mothers come around and say, "Well, I want my child." Guess what they do? Okay, go ahead. I don't want no problems. Go ahead and take them to your mom. Go let them see your family. You know, because it's just not. I don't feel like it's in us. The majority that I see are the women that are, you know, saying, "Nah, you can't. Nah, you ain't coming to see this baby, or no, you can't take him or her anywhere." You
Right,
know,
right.
just for no reason. So I
Right.
think that's really unfair.
Yeah.
Period. And I think they should be jailed.
Marie?
It's kind of unfortunate that the court is what I call a woman's court. So it's
Yeah, that it
unfortunate that
is.
when we go into court that they'll hear our drama before they take into account a lot of different things. You know, first of all, that needs to change before
Sure.
anything. You know,
Amen.
just I mean, but there should be some type of repercussion to that action. Period. There should be some kind of when that woman comes into court, she should know. Don't play no games. You know, this ain't about you.
Right.
It's about the children.
Right.
Because we gotta deal with these cats when they get older, and if you dysfunctional cats can't get it together, we gotta deal with this dysfunctional child
That's it.
because
That's
y'all
it.
because you, ma'am, is feeling some type of way and you're not happy, like you all of what you were saying.
Right.
So I think there should be something implicated or something, some type of what do you call it? Reaping what you sow in that behavior. Check that attitude in the courthouse.
That's right.
Right. Well, we have a call on the line. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Lady Charmaine.
Hi.
This is Miss Betty Calloway. How are
Hey,
you?
how are you?
I'm good. I see I can't hear you on Facebook, but I saw the topic, so I've called in.
So there's no audio on Facebook?
I can't get it myself. so
Oh,
I'm
got
not
you.
sure
Okay,
if
I'm gonna say there's no audio.
everyone else-
Okay, okay. So please chime in. What are your thoughts?
Well, you were saying, I think if I remember exactly what the question was, if you thought that a woman that keeps her children away from the father should go to jail or not. And
Correct.
is that just a blanket question? Is that just it?
We're not talking about
um,
fathers who are abusive. We're not talking about those fathers. We're talking about if you're keeping your child away from a good father, a good man who loves his children, but maybe out of your own personal bitterness, you don't want him to see the child because maybe he might have cheated on you, broke up with you, now he with another woman, and now because you're heartbroken and you're
Right.
bitter, you're using the child now as a weapon.
Right. I understand that.
Okay.
No, I actually totally agree. They should not be allowed to do that. Now, I don't think, I really would suggest that a woman go to jail because I just feel like that would just hurt the child more than they're being hurt, already being kept away from the dad, and then the mother goes to jail. I wouldn't see the purpose in that. But, and I know that it's happened to men, so I've seen, I know that it's happened to men before, but truthfully speaking, a lot of things that have happened to the men over years, that was a while back. I mean, just right now, they're not doing that as much in the court system. The women are actually having to answer for what they do. They're not just automatically giving kids to the mother. They used to do that, but they don't do that anymore. They're actually looking into the mother, her lifestyle, what it will do for the children. Now, there are a lot of cases, and I know in particular, I know of cases where the court system is not, it's pretty flawed. But as far as just automatically giving children to the dad, they don't do that anymore. That's what they did used to do that. And I didn't think that was fair either, but they don't do that anymore. They are looking into it a little bit more than they were, but I don't think a woman should go to jail for, I think more should be done about that.
Now, this is one thing that I found. You're right. They're not just automatically giving the children to the mom. But one thing I've seen and that I've experienced, now mothers are coming up with excuses such as the father has done this, he has done this, because they know now that they have to have some type of, let me see, what's the, with the something negative against the dad.
False evidence.
There you go, false evidence against the father, so the child cannot see the father, all because of their bitterness. I know my husband and I, we're going to share our own personal experiences, and this is something that was very personal to me, that because this was done to us. And so that's why we know that
Right.
people will go to court and make up things just so the child don't go over there to visit because of their own personal feelings and emotions about maybe the woman or about him because he may have left her and now he's with somebody else. And I don't want my child being with that family because we're supposed to be a family. And if I can't get him,
Well,
and a lot of times women, one thing women, we are very trifling and we are very vindictive. And the thing is, if we cannot have the man, we feel like that we have the power over the child, and we feel like that child only has all of our own 48 chromosomes and not 24 is a part of that man. And so since we can't get to the man, how are we going to get to him? It's through his child and his pocketbook.
Amen.
So one, you're not going to be able to see your child, and two, you're going to pay child support for this child. Because I can't get you any other way. So the only way, women, we're very controlling. And what we're going to try to do, we're going to try to control your emotions through your child. And we have that real bad.
Well, you're right. We do, but it's just not women though. Women are not the only ones.
Oh,
We're
I
not the
know,
only
but
ones that
right
do
now we're
that.
just dealing with the
do
men,
the same
but-
thing.
right now
But
we're just dealing with the men,
with-
though.
We're just dealing with that right now.
Correct.
But just saying, women overall that do that. Women overall. I mean, there's not everyone doesn't do everything. You know what I mean? It's like saying that as Black people we do this. No, women do this because they're vindictive. That's I don't agree with
Not
that.
all women do
I
it, but
agree
there are
that-
She's
some.
saying majority of the
Yeah,
women,
right.
Betty, because let
not
the
all women.
statistics show
Right,
that
okay,
the majority of the women do
exactly.
it.
Right. So we're not saying all women.
That's why I feel
some
like the
women do it.
percussion
and
of
it is very prevalent, and women have been known to do it, and
Right.
that is, you're right about that.
Right.
But all women don't do that.
That's true.
That's why I
And
don't think.
sometimes when a relationship is over, it's the best thing for both parties. And so, it's not, when you consider your children first. And to me, I mean, you seems like most women, or say the woman I am and the women that I know would not keep a child, the kids away from the dad.
That's a blessing.
Because if the dad is a good dad and brings a lot into the life of that child in a positive way, you want that man to have access to his children and them to have access to him.
That's true.
Right.
And also, let's just face it, time off.
Right.
Go to your dad. Yeah, that's
Right.
Let's
Right.
take a breather here. Go
Right.
drive him crazy like you driving me.
Right.
So that's okay.
Well, Miss Betty,
So
I thank you
understand
for
that.
calling
So,
in.
yeah, I agree.
Yes, I think you're
You're
calling.
welcome.
We have other callers that
I
were trying to
love
call
you.
in.
I
I
love
love you too. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Miss
much for
Betty.
calling in.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Honestly, to me, because as far as how I see it, I've known a couple of guys and watched them battle to get their children from some very trifling
Amen.
women. So I don't think the hand should be pulled back because she a woman, because that woman has a child all the time. And so what's happening is this: yo, daddy, you look like your daddy. They're getting that energy because of the daddy. The damage is being done around the mama.
Absolutely.
What are we talking about? So I really feel like the mother should feel that hammer just like the father does.
Right.
Amen.
Hi, you're on with Lady Charmaine and Hot Topics. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Miss Lady Charmaine. This is Tylisha.
Hi, Tylisha. How are you?
I'm finding yourself.
I am good, girl. What's your comment?
I don't know what homegirl was talking about before, but I've never met a single father who's kept their child away from the mother.
Come
I'm
on,
going
T.
through a situation with my boyfriend right now. So I can tell you, it's very messy, and I just feel like women who keep their children away from their dad should go to jail.
All right.
Women are quick
Absolutely.
to send men to jail, quick to
right.
send them on child support.
Come on.
Quick
Right.
to put them on cash aid, food stamps. I have
Right.
a daughter right now.
Contempt
That's
of
my
court.
boyfriend's
Amen.
daughter, and
Right.
she's my baby, and we've been taking care of her since she's 2, and her mother has not called to check on her. She don't buy her diapers.
Wow.
She said that she was gonna come back to come get her baby. We ain't seen her in almost a year.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
That's true.
We've contacted her for pull-ups, and she told my boyfriend that she didn't have no money, but the next day she was on Snapchat wearing a Michael Kors purse, and people who know Michael Kors is not not cheap.
Might have been a knockoff, but you know.
Regardless, you flashing, you flashing in front.
Right,
Right,
exactly.
right, flash.
And even Macy's wants their money.
Right, right. You are so
I
right.
just feel like if men can go to jail, why not women?
All right.
Okay.
That's
All right
right.
now.
Well, Tylisha, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, Taisha.
You are very welcome.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh, these phones are blowing up. So if y'all hear that little noise, that just means the phones are ringing.
That's right.
But, you know, there are so many points to that, and so many people have been through this. And I know, like I said, we had our own personal experiences. But, Marie, you had a personal experience yourself as a child of what you've gone through.
It's really kind of, it's very disrupting, you know, and just, I was kept away in a sense. You know, my mom had her fears and her certain things that were going on with her that she felt she needed to do that. But when I finally did meet my dad at the age of 14, 15, I was tainted. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming with this little attitude, and I got all these questions.
All that stuff you was hearing.
And all the stuff I was hearing, and all
Yep.
different things that were going on, you know. And then as I got older, when I had Nathan, my son Nathan, and I started coming back around with my dad, and we started talking, and he was like, "I've been looking for you all this time." You know, and then to hear his wife say, "My son went without shoes to pay for a private investigator to look for you."
Wow.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
it's like, I don't know. There needs to be.
Yeah.
Right. Hi, you're on live. Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Oh, they just hung up on us. Okay.
All
Well,
right.
give us a call back. 916-226-9226 if you want to chime in on the conversation. In the studio with me, I got my husband, Joseph, also my girl, Marie, and also Mr. Derek Dennis joining
right.
us in the studio.
You know, let me share this too. When I went to paternity court with my daughter, okay, and I sat in there and talked to that lady, and this ties in, and she went in on me because she knew that I was there for paternity test. She was like, "And you up in here, you know," and she had this whole attitude, and I'm looking at her, and I start to cry. I said, because she said, "Well, what's the matter?" I said, "Well, I'm not here trying to make this man be a father to my daughter if he's not the father." And she sat back. And she looked at me. She said, "That never happens." I said, "What you mean that never happens?" She said, "We have women coming here who know that that's not the father, but
yeah.
still will push that
Oh, yeah.
issue to get that child support from
yeah.
that man they found out is
Anybody.
not the paternal. So he been in her life all this time, so he should pay."
Wow.
Sickening.
Hi, you're on live with Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Charlena. How are you?
Hey, Charlene. How are you?
Hey, girl.
I'm good. You know what? Great subject matter. And I truly believe that women should go to jail if they do that. And you know what's so sad about it is that in this day and time, you can tell when a man meets a young woman and they start to converse, you can tell within that 30 seconds whether they were raised with a bitter, angry woman. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
It comes
That's a good
out
point.
so quickly
Right.
in their demeanor and their conversation, how bitter and angry they are. You know, so I say do the time, baby.
All right.
know.
Yeah. That's why I
the
love
cry.
you, man.
Yeah.
Do the crime.
She's
Do
a
the
straight
time.
shooter. She
Right.
can hit. She don't
you
even
go.
pull a gun way
Well,
out.
girl,
No
thank you
chase.
so much for calling in.
That's it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having that subject matter.
Oh, you're welcome. Bye-bye. Well, if you want to chime in, give us a call, 916-226-9226. Should mothers go to jail if they keep their children from their father?
And you see, there was brought up about the court system, and the court system is broke. And I applaud, Britain for at least putting that out there to advance. But we got our problems here in the United States. I'm an 18-year veteran of the child support system and had to go through with the baby mama. And, our story is long and in detail, but in essence, my child was kept away from me and lies being told. And no matter what came up, it was always me on the defense of defending some lies. Even when the lie was told about my daughter sleeping with some teenager when it was actually a 4-year-old cousin and we weren't even in the bed together. They had separate cots. We had to hire a lawyer to go to court because the one thing about the court system, you just can't go to court and say, "Your Honor, those are lies." You got to get somebody to represent you at a cost.
Exactly.
And that's that's just broken.
Hi, you're on live with Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Lady Charmaine. This is Jeff Crawford. calling from
Hey,
Oakland,
Jeffrey, how
California.
are you?
Hey, Brother Joe.
Hey, how's it going, Jeff?
I'm good. How you doing, Joe?
Good.
Good to hear from you.
Yeah.
So what you got? I know you have a whole lot to say. You were in our little chat room chatting it up.
Go ahead and bring it,
Everybody who
Jeff.
do not know, we actually have a Hot
Mad paragraph.
Topics page on Facebook. Go ahead. Jeffrey?
Right. I'm pretty much with the first caller, but I agree with everything you guys are saying. I know there's some vindictive mothers out there, and they're bitter, and for whatever reason, but I just don't believe that they should go to jail. And I think they should. The father should be given sole custody, and just turn let them wear the shoe. The woman wear the shoe that the fathers usually wear.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about it.
So-
Because I think that if you put the mothers in jail, that the child would suffer. They're already being damaged by not being able to see their dad, and then if
And
they're not
damaged
able
by
to
the
see
mother.
their mother, which they spent the majority of their time with. That will further, I believe, it will further damage the child.
So the question I have, though, why is it okay for the father to go to jail for unpaid child support, or
No, I'm
if
not
he's
saying
doing
it's
anything?
I'm not saying it's okay. I agree with everything you guys were saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's
What's the
okay. That's not okay.
difference?
But it
I agree with
happens.
everything you guys are saying, except for the woman to go to jail. I'm not saying that it's okay for any parent.
And the go to jail part was the last resort if she doesn't comply. So there were steps before the jail time. So if she refuses to apply, to go by the laws, and she's in contempt of court, she's not obeying the rules, and so that was the final.
And I already said it. Then the father should be given sole custody.
Well, Jeff,
So
you
the
know how I
process-
feel. Jeff, I already told you. I think she needs to spend 30 days in jail. Think about her
Sit her
actions.
down.
And then the
Sober up a
father-
little bit. There you go.
No, because some of these women are ruthless, man, and they need to be sat down for a
My thing
minute.
is the father should be given sole custody, and then let her pay child support.
Let her lose her license. Let her try and figure out how to work, right? Because that's what you guys suffer. And
I'm telling you.
I mean, a good guy, good working man. I knew a man in the military.
Now, here's my personal
Fight for your baby.
situation, and you all know I have two children, and Charmaine and Joe know my ex-wife, and the second time we separated once, and then we got back together, and then she no longer wanted to be married again for the second time, so she wanted me to leave. Almost immediately. And I'm like, I wasn't prepared to do that, but I was like, you know what? I don't want, I'm just going to go ahead and leave. Right. So I had to end up getting two jobs. So I couldn't be with my children as much. And so she was like, well, I want to go back to school, and So would you mind having joint custody? And I was like, okay, I'd rather have joint custody, drop one of my jobs, and then be with my children, right? So we went to court, and she for child support, and so she kind of made me out to be something that I wasn't, and
Of course.
the Lord, I'm bringing the Lord in this now. The Lord said, "Shut up, don't say nothing. You brought everything, your documents and everything that the court ordered for you to bring." So she finished, saying what she had to say. The Lord said, "Don't say nothing." So when the judge wanted me to speak, he said, "You have everything, that I told you to bring." And he said, and I said, "Yeah." So I brought it to him. He was like, "Well, the mediator in the back is going to divvy up everything, and so you guys go back there, and she's going to, let you know what's going on." So we went back there, and the lady did everything, and she said, "I'm sorry, Ms. Crawford, but you're going to have to pay him child support."
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
The Lord said,
I
"Be
mean,
still, watch me work."
Fader.
I mean, and I was shocked.
Yeah, that doesn't happen all the
Because
time.
She ended up, she
Very
made a
rare.
little bit more money than I did, and she had to end up paying me child support. So I think in the end, if the father is doing the right thing by their child, because I was a good father,
Right.
if the father is doing the right thing by the child, I think justice will be served. It might not be in the court of law, it might just be a godly intervention.
Life justice.
Amen. Amen.
So, but I don't believe that the mother should go to jail. I don't think any parent, should go to jail.
And in your
I think
situation,
that like I said, I'll reiterate that again. That if she continues to do that and be foul with the children, then the sole custody should go to the father.
Okay.
all right. In your situation, that worked
I know
out.
that was a lot. I'm sorry.
It was a lockdown. It worked out.
That's okay.
But that doesn't work out in every situation.
Right.
And a lot of times you do wish that what goes around comes around. But sometimes, to quote my man Chris Rock, sometimes what goes around just goes around. And you never really
around.
really see that justice on the end
Right.
of you really being vindicated. And sometimes it affects the life. It affects that child for life. Because
Oh, yes, it
after
does.
you're trying to establish a relationship where you've been put down, you've been called a deadbeat, you've been told that you weren't there, you didn't care, and now you're trying to establish a relationship with a child that has all this stuff in their head regarding you that's false.
Yeah.
And so I
Absolutely.
wish, like I said, I wish every situation turned out like my brother Jeff. I'll be in pretty good shape right now.
And 9 times out of 10, they think that, he out there partying, he out there doing that.
Right.
When you snatch a child away from their father, we in the bathroom crying. We get on drugs. We start absorbing alcohol into our
Shut
system
down.
at a maximum level because we're hurting every day that we're not able to take that child on a field trip, wipe his tears when he cried. Just the little stuff when he got the flu at night, us getting up and being the one to take care of him. You know what I mean? It's like, why should the mother get all of the good and bad stuff of raising my child? You know what I'm saying? And they think that, he don't care anyway. Well, guess what? The man has shut down. He became a drug addict, and you haven't even checked on him to see, it's been 2 years, it's been a year, been 5 years. You don't even know the dynamics of what's going on. And another thing, too, is that sometimes, most of the time, the child has been so improperly influenced by the other party to where the other parent may come and they might see them at the grocery store or something, but they're so scared of loving their father because they're so scared that the other party will stop loving
Oh
them.
yeah,
Woo!
there you go.
Great
There you
stats.
go. There you go.
And
Yeah.
it
We had that.
And
We
I was
had that
angry. I
very
was
same
angry.
thing.
Yes.
That
I was
very
angry,
same thing.
And I acted out as a teenager growing up. I was angry. I was mad because I was
See?
led to believe that he wasn't looking for me. All the times that he did call, looking for me, why didn't he come? I'm being told because he just didn't want to come.
Right.
But didn't realize I was being hidden.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it was like, why are we always moving? Why number always changing? Why
Oh, that
always
is so
different
good.
things?
Jeff,
And it's
we
and
still,
it's-
we
and
still
it's-
got Jeff on the line.
Okay.
Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause that's real talk.
Thank you so much
I
for
know-
calling
I know
in.
firsthand.
That is real. That is real.
Firsthand how that could feel as a child dealing with that because you act out.
Right, right.
Which has a lot to do with my history of how I deal with men.
Absolutely.
How I
It's
have
your
dealt with
foundation.
men and that whole road that I had been down in my life and all those decisions I made had a lot to do with that. Period. It just did.
Derek, you hit that. You
Looking
hit
for
that
love.
point right on the head, man. Because it's like the child is still a child, so you are manipulating, molding, and putting stuff in her head that she or he is having a hard time dealing with. They don't want to disappoint either parent. They want to love both,
Yeah.
but they're being groomed to say, okay, I'm the one that's taking care of you, and they don't care about you. And that stays in the child's mind. And no matter what you do and how you show up, it's hard after years of conditioning, incorrect conditioning. That becomes an issue with them trying to resolve. And I'm dealing with that right now.
Yeah, me too.
Right now.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
My goodness, that was good. Wasn't that good,
No, that
y'all?
was.
Type in there and say it was good.
Can I type it?
Put that up in there, y'all.
Yeah.
But that is so true
Derek
because
getting
children
mad
can
shout-outs
definitely
on
be
here. Yep.
affected by it. And
Yep.
then when you have all that, and when my husband said years of conditioning
Years.
now, they have to try to go through layers. And do they want to? Do they want to
Right.
disappoint the other parent?
Right.
Because like I said, we've been through it. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, we got so many stories that we can tell that it just is. Well, I was made to look like I was Eveline. Of course. You know, the Wicked Witch of the West. But what was behind it was a root of bitterness, was because I had the family that she wished she wanted.
Absolutely.
So if she could not have my husband, then you can't have her.
Right.
Because
Right.
they were a package deal and not us.
Yeah.
So my stepdaughter, unfortunately, she missed out on going on vacations with us, going on events with us. She missed out on all that because of what her mother felt would be the picture perfect family that she would have had.
Amen.
So, and then it got to the point to where she just wanted, if they were to see one another, it had to be my husband and her
Of course.
and nobody else.
Right.
Because you were the issue.
Right, exactly.
That's
So it
it.
had to be my husband and it had to be her, you know, so, and all that was just going on in my poor stepdaughter's head, which is unfortunate,
Right.
which has definitely affected her relationship with my husband. And it's funny, like when Marie was talking about how when she found out later on, I think when you go and you find out later on that your father had been looking for you, and even though you try to tell them the truth, sometimes they reject it because they can't see their parent like that.
Right.
Why would my parent keep me from you?
Yeah.
They would not do that to me, and not knowing that it's from another person's emotions of why they're doing it, and it's just sad, and this is very unfortunate.
And see, what I'm talking about is not even dealing with child support, not even the money issue. It's all about the time and the relationship that's being taken from
But let
the
me back you
father.
up on that one.
Yes.
I'm gonna back my husband up. My husband had never missed a child support payment all up to she was 18, and I made sure of that.
Well, I made sure of that.
Oh wait, no. But when I met my husband, because see,
Right.
my father quit his job so he wouldn't have to pay child support. So that was always a sore issue with me. And I remember I had that conversation with my husband. You know, if you don't pay child support, you can't be with me. That's just it. Although he was going to do it anyway,
Right.
but that was an expectation that I had because I never wanted any children to go without, you know, because I knew my mother went without raising me.
Yeah, and I was going to take care of my child regardless. So it wasn't anything to do with the money, but the fact that you're paying money and still can't have a relationship
Correct.
and still can't have the quality time was a double whammy.
Like buying a brand new car and you can't drive it.
Absolutely.
And
Hi.
oh, go ahead.
Yo, you're on Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Tavia Jenkins.
Hey, Tavia. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Good. Thank you for calling in. We got your boy here, Derek, in the building.
All right.
Hey, best friend. That's one of my best friends. How are
Hey.
you? How's everyone? This is a good topic.
Doing
good. Topic.
Thank you.
Hey.
She's so cute.
I wanted to say that. Yeah, that's my bestest friend in the world. I wanted to say that I agree. I agree with a couple of things. I don't think the mother should go to jail. I know that the brother was saying that that if that's the last resort, or if that's, you know, after everything, if they haven't complied to everything, that would be the next step. Would be that. But I do think that it causes more injury to the child emotionally. When the mother then has to go to jail, it's almost like a double dose of abuse. It's already a form of abuse when you are keeping the child from the other parent. So then you have a double abuse. The parent might go, they could go to the other parent and have, the other parent could have sole custody, but then the child is still damaged. So I think that there does need to be some professional help for the parent who is keeping the child away from the other parent. Definitely there needs to be some professional help. They need to seek some type of therapy. Like there's just no complete way. Because we always like to say, we need to do what's best for the child. But if it's really best for the child, we will really do what is best for the child. And that's not just keeping them away, or, you know, it's a control matter. Because that's another thing. There's a lot of control when parents do that. It becomes a sense of control.
Yes.
And we use the child we dangle them like on a little yo-yo. Like I get to use this as power now.
Correct. Oh, that is so good.
Amen.
That is so good.
I just think that it's really, the bottom line should be about the child and what is best for them emotionally. Again, I do think it is a form, people don't realize it definitely is a form of abuse for a child because their emotions are all over the place. The bitterness that they might hear from the other parent, whether it's the mother or whatever. And if this is the topic we are discussing, this is the mother, right? A mother that is keeping the kid
Correct.
from their father. Yes. You're raising the kid with just bitterness or just they're not being able to see their child. So it is whether you're saying it or not. Well, I'm not saying nothing in front of them. Well, where's the dad?
Right.
We need to know.
Right.
What are you
Right.
saying to the?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What are you saying to the? What are you saying to the child, or what are you saying about their father? So again, I think definitely professional help. Also, you definitely need to be in church. And
All
being
right
a
now.
doer
Okay.
of the word.
That's real.
All
And
right.
not just going to church.
Yes,
Yeah.
not just going, and holding the Bible,
Right.
acting like you're reading it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. We got to start about
I
that
mean,
too.
it'd be a court order.
because a lot
You
of-
must be in Sunday service.
Find you a church
It
home.
has to be a part of the court order.
Church home in the court order.
Yes, it's a court order. Court order to be
you better-
true. It's a
Praise
court order for
God.
that.
Hey, man. Well, Tavia, thank you so much for calling in. You had great comments.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You know, Alicia, I guess I'm the one on the panel, one woman in that don't agree. You know what? Because my thing is this. I've been around certain types of women,
Oh, I feel they
and
should
I've
go to
heard
jail.
stories. I do too, because I've seen women who take that anger of that man out on their children. You know what I'm saying? You need to be scared enough.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because the energy that you put
Right,
in, the
right.
energy that you put into everyday hating that man. Some women get in their cars to go mess with them, get in their relationships, mess up their property, or that type of damage going on. A child don't never be going to Nana's half the time. She be right there, or he be right there seeing all that going on.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Those type of women with that energy that can get up every day and hate that man so bad that it affects everybody's life need to be afraid to go to jail.
I agree.
I'm
that's
sorry.
it. That's it.
Go
Sorry,
to
because
jail.
I've
That's
seen
it.
women hit their little. You acting just like your daddy.
You look like
You look like your daddy.
Look at your big
It's
forehead.
like,
Looking like your daddy.
how
My
can
mom
he
would
just
tell-
look like
used
his
to
dad?
tell me that.
You know what I'm saying? So that
Yep.
woman ain't
Yep.
cool. She not cool,
Yeah.
and she think it's cool because, like what we saying right now, she shouldn't go to jail.
Yeah.
She shouldn't go to jail. Because it damages the child is being damaged in the
Right,
home with the
right,
bitter mom.
Right.
I hear what y'all
Come
saying.
on.
Don't get me
Come
wrong,
on.
but the woman needs to be my situation.
I was like, tell your
Yeah.
story
My
so they understand
situation.
why. Thank
If
you.
I had that on the table when I was out there messing around doing what I did to create a baby with a married man,
Come on.
it would have never
Come on.
happened.
Come on.
There needs to be repercussions.
Right.
Thank God. God is good. And God,
All day. Every day.
Okay.
Every day.
you understand what I'm saying? And the way my situation went, thank you, Lord. And I'm still in that situation right now because I still have a child to tell who her real dad is. I still have a child to tell that the dad that is her dad's not her dad. There's other things to be worried about, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
than to be chasing after a man being bitter. But if that
Amen.
woman wants to put that energy into chasing that man
Right.
like that and disrupting his life because she mad because he got a cuter girl than you or whatever the heck is going on, then you need to understand that when you go bust that window or when you
Yeah,
tell that
yeah.
or keep that child away for all those months, that you're going to be looking at a orange jumpsuit
Come on.
for 30 days.
For reals.
It'll
Exactly.
straighten
All right.
you up
Exactly.
and it'll
That's
make
good.
you check
Make you
yourself
think. Good.
and that bitter behavior. Because some people are socialized certain ways. You can't do what you don't know. I get it. So for those who can't do what they don't know, just sit down.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sit down.
That's it.
And,
Sit
and we
down.
ain't talking about
That's
just
spoken from a woman's
a
perspective.
woman.
That's-
She
Yeah.
been
that's
through
it,
this,
I
you
don't
know?
agree with
Be
that.
been through
humble.
this.
So-
They keep saying protect the woman. Why?
For
If
what?
she can get up every day
Right.
and
She ain't protecting the
and
child.
poke you like this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that baby sees it because he with you all the time.
Right.
That little
Right.
girl sees it because she with you all the time.
Yeah. 24/7.
Those conversations with Nana on the phone, or cousin so and so, or auntie
Right,
so and so, they
right.
right there on your lap.
Yep.
They hear it. At the age of 2 and 3 years old, logic starts kicking in. They know it. They can feel it. Babies still live in the spirit. They can feel
Come
that
on.
stuff.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
it.
And who's the sole provider? The mama.
Mama.
She need to be scared to be ugly.
Yep.
Ooh, babe. Ain't
That's
that-
it.
I'm running
That's
this.
it.
I'm the mama. Well, guess
That's
what?
it.
And this is through procedure and protocol. We ain't saying that one time we're
Right,
gonna throw her in
right.
jail.
No,
This
that's-
is
of
like
course.
multiple times, and she not abiding by the law and saying, "Okay,
Be
I
on
don't
the
care.
table.
They ain't gonna put me in jail. I'm the one
Right.
that's doing this."
That's it.
Guess what? You will go,
it.
and at
Right.
that point, then he'll go to his father and get a chance within that 30 days to recreate a relationship with him and know who the father
They do
really
a child
is.
support.
And
They
it-
give y'all amount of time to pay child support. And if you
Absolutely.
don't,
How
you're going to
Many
jail.
people we know have been locked up on child support?
Come
Men.
on, I know
Right.
plenty.
Child support not paying.
Yeah.
Right.
Been thrown in
There you
jail.
go.
Can't travel, no
Can't go
passport.
with it.
Got
Take,
into
take
arrears.
the passport.
Yep.
Take,
your
get the
license.
fines. Do all
Right.
that stuff.
Yep. All of that.
Absolutely. Hi, you're on live with Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, Miss Lady Charmaine. This is Martina from North Carolina.
Hey, Martina, how are you?
Okay.
North Carolina is where I come from. Hey. How are you doing, lady? Sorry.
Hi, how are you, Miss Lady Charmaine?
Well, I am good, Miss Martina. How are you? So what's your comment?
I am doing wonderful. You know, I'm doing my traveling thing, and I'm sitting here, and I'm actually listening in on you guys. And I wanted just to say hello to everyone, Mr. Derek and Miss Marie and Mr. Joe.
Hello,
Hello.
hello. Thank you for calling in.
Hola.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Did you have a comment? And you know what?
Well,
I know you do.
well, you know me, Miss Lady Charmaine. I'm always going to have a comment.
Absolutely.
You know, I am. I'm actually going to kick this up a little notch.
Okay.
You know, I was a single parent my whole entire life, and I had to raise my 3 daughters all by myself with no child support, with no emotional or any kind of means of support for my children. And I begged and pleaded with the courts, you know, please have this man be a part of their life and make him pay support and everything. And of course, you know, that didn't work in my favor. So that was very difficult. Wow. And not once did he go to jail. And he was not held accountable for any of his actions. And I just think that, you know, the system needs to have some overhauling done. And also, I think it's an honor and a privilege to be a parent. And as parents, it's our number one job and priority to make sure that we raise our children and nurture them in a proper way so they can become successful adults and function properly in society. Unfortunately, that's not always the case because of all the issues amongst, you know, man and a woman. And I'm the first one to admit I was angry with my children's father for not stepping up to the plate. And, you know, but unfortunately it backfired on him because now today my daughters are married and have their own families and, you know, and they do not and don't want a relationship with their father simply because he did not step up to the plate.
Yes, ma'am.
As far as doing jail time, I think it works both ways, you know. I'm an equal opportunist here, you know. and it's sad that adults put their feelings before their own children's needs, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And their
True.
needs.
That is so true. Martina, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Miss Martina.
That was good, Miss Martina.
Yes, it was.
All the way
good
from
to
North
hear
Carolina.
from you, and thank you for all that you do. I really appreciate you.
Ah, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I love you, lady. Thank you for calling in.
Y'all take good care. Bye-bye. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Well, if you're enjoying the show, make sure you share this video. Someone that you know may need to hear this, a baby mama, even a baby daddy. Where y'all be like, you know what, man, you need to hear this video. Check this out.
That's right.
They was talking about this on Hot Topics with Lady Charmaine. Make sure you go and share this video. If you got a girlfriend that you know that's doing this to her baby's father, share this video. Because men have feelings and they have emotions too. You're not the only one.
Right.
And stop trying to use your children to control a man's emotions. Don't do that because you're hurt. Go and get healed, get counseling, get something, because that child is going to end up needing counseling later on. And not only are you ruining a beautiful relationship, because every child needs their parent, if they are a good parent. We're not talking about the abusive ones. I want to say that again. But if he is a good parent, want to be there for his child, let him be there for his child, because your son, how is he going to know how to be a father? If you're keeping him from his father.
Come on.
How would your daughter even know a good man if you're keeping her from a good man?
That's right.
Now, that man may not have been good to you, but that does not mean he's not a good father.
That's right.
I'm going to say that again. He may not have been good to you. Yeah,
All
he
right.
may have cheated on you. He may have had a whole bunch of women on you, but that has nothing to do with his fathering skills. And sometimes we as women, we blurred the lines.
Yeah, we blended all
Because
together.
you weren't good to me, you may not be good to your child, but that's a different relationship.
That's right.
He probably just didn't like you. Sorry.
All right.
But he loved his child.
Got on his nerves.
Yeah,
Now.
yeah. You know, sorry, and I'm sure it hurts, but go and take care of that. Get some counseling. Go to church. Go to the women's classes. Healing the wounded hearts. Take the class. And God
Women
help
thou
you.
art loose.
There you
Exactly.
go. Be loose from them emotions.
Yes.
Give us a call at
No.
916-226-9226.
And my thing is, like, how can you really love your child? How can you say that you love your child when you took the one other bloodline out of his or her life? Like, how can you really love that child when you don't allow not only the father but the father's family to be able to enjoy the seeing this child becoming a man or a woman.
Right,
you know,
right.
you taking that not only away from the father, but you taking that away from the grandmother, the great grandmother, the aunts,
affects
the uncles,
everybody.
the
It
cousins.
affects everybody.
And they're
Right.
upset with you too.
That's
So
it.
Right.
if they knock you in the head at the mall, don't be upset. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who that is. You know, we're gonna pray for them,
Yeah.
but it gets physical. Like you just don't
Yeah.
understand
It does.
how that
Yeah.
can make you so
It
angry
is.
when
It
somebody
does.
is literally trying to snatch something that you helped put on this earth.
Yep. Mhm.
And
Yep.
not to mention, I heard this somewhere. I don't know if it was a Oprah, Dr. Phil, somewhere. They said, when you decide to talk about that child, that child's father in front of that child, guess what you're doing? You're talking about that child because that's half of him. You're really that's half of him. It's not all you. You're
Yep.
talking about that child because that child looking up like, oh, well, that is my dad. Am I gonna have that? Or let me go look in the mirror. Is
Right,
that me?
right,
You know, they
right.
started dealing with those emotions in their mind because you're disrupting, you know, the pattern of their life. You know what I'm saying? You're ruining this foundation that this child could have. You know, this
Right,
great
right.
foundation. You shaking it up and you breaking it and you just letting them fall through the cracks. You know,
Yep.
and it's just so unfortunate. It's so sad and it's so typical. That's
Yep.
the sad part.
Yep, that is.
It's so typical.
Yep.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
This is a
It's
good
sad.
topic, y'all.
It is.
It's a good topic.
It is.
It's a good topic.
Y'all hit this one on the head.
This is a good time. And I know, like I said, my husband and I, we're very passionate about it because we know what happened to us,
Yes.
which it was
Absolutely.
totally unnecessary to see a relationship, a good, healthy relationship, not evolve because of the bitterness of another individual. And because, you know, they appeared to have good sense. You know, they're college educated, you know what I mean? Got a good job, work in corporate America. So you would not think they would do something like that, but they would if they're bitter. Bitterness will cause you to do some
Broke
crazy
is
things.
That's it.
Ooh.
That's
There
it.
you go.
That's
It's
it.
broken.
Bitterness will
Yep.
cause you
Yep.
to do some crazy things. And unfortunately, it could also affect your child in a relationship with their other parent, with their father.
Absolutely.
Well, anyway,
Absolutely.
I'm going to give my boy Mike Blair a big shout out because he had posted this on his Facebook. So, yeah,
Right.
Mike, I was peeping it. I saw you when you posted it. So, I'm talking about it tonight. This is what he said. He said, I'm not sure if it came directly from him, but he posted it. So, I'm going to talk about it. So, shout out to you. He said, most women don't have a problem being submissive or following their men. He said, the problem is most men don't know how to lead. So, fellas, is that a true statement?
You know, I believe that most men are not skilled in that area. Well, some men. I'm not saying, I don't say most. I say some men are not skilled in that area. And I know that can cause frustration for a woman. A woman will be frustrated if she's willing to submit, but a man doesn't have a plan. He doesn't know where he's going. He's not able to communicate that plan. So I would agree that, yes, some men are. You know, not skilled in that area. And that largely could be because maybe they didn't see that in their own household. They didn't grow up with their dad.
Right.
They're out there learning how to be a man from the streets, learning how to be a man from TV, learning how to be a man from all these different places, but not biblically sound, don't have a plan, don't have a relationship with God to kind of even guide. And so there's a lot to that where it would leave a man inequipped to lead a woman. But I think, again, I do agree that a woman will follow a man and will be able to submit to a man if he has a plan. He's being led by God. He's hearing from God. He's able to communicate that
Yeah.
plan. And then he's like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See, that's my sweet weed. See, that's mine right there. See, that's mine, though. That's mine.
That's her stout.
It's me.
Hallelujah.
It's mine,
That's
though.
That's her husband.
Let's go.
Yeah, a man with a plan.
He
You know
got
what
a
I'm saying?
Amen.
Okay, Derek.
Okay, well, my opinion is that I think that the interpretation of submission is, you know, I think that the lines are blurred because a woman that may have not been, you know, raised in church or maybe didn't have those matriarchs to kind of instill those values in her, I think that sometimes they can think that submission means control or, oh, I'm not going to do that for him and he ain't doing this or whatever, or I'm not going to listen to him on that level, especially if they came into the relationship being independent, you know? So, and then a man is like, okay, yeah, but I'm doing all this and I just want you to submit to me in a way of laying down, here, I'll put it like
Derek,
this.
you're all on my toes. Now, you're on my toes.
Okay,
now. Be
okay.
careful. Be careful.
Look, I'm like this. I went.
You know what it is?
I'm in the queue.
It is. That's like so.
That's good. That's good. Keep on going. Keep on going.
Because then I'm gonna put it on us. Sometimes you're right. We don't know how to lead, but we don't have those. Of course, look at the statistics. A lot of males don't have those leaders in the household to really show them how to lead.
Right.
So how do we find out? We find out through TV. We find out through gangs. We go to the streets and we find our brotherhood in the streets. We find out through church, and then sometimes the men in the church are tainted and they're trying to molest you and do certain things to you. So wherever you go, it's always a catch-22 with it. So sometimes you got to go to God and go to your heart and go to a book. Start researching and finding out, and take some and leave some. Don't pull everything. Don't listen. You can listen, but don't take everything at face value. You be your own man. You say, well, I'll take some of this, and I'm going to leave some of that.
Eat
and
the
then,
meat, spit out the bones.
There you
Come
go.
on.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you create the man that you want to become in God's eyes,
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that was
You
really
mentioned
good.
something about the independent woman. Yeah. See, I got an independent woman.
Yes, Lord. I said,
That's why
yes,
you was,
Lord.
that's why you was,
Here we
you was
go.
getting on all of the toes right there. My wife, she's independent. I mean, she's a
Yes,
bold
Lord.
sister. She speaks her mind. She has a direction where she want to go, what she want to do, and so it takes a lot to lead an independent woman because if you don't do it, she just say, I can do it myself. And she go on and leave you.
Where the hammer at?
Charmaine will leave you.
Like
And
doses.
do it herself. Like, I don't need
Where
a
that
man.
office
I
at?
can do this.
Be down there in
But
5
She'll still have a
minutes.
smile on her face, though, right?
oh, she have a smile on her face. But you know what? It'll knock something in me. Be like, wait a minute, you ain't gonna go nowhere.
right.
We
That's
gonna,
what he'll do.
I'm gonna have a
Right.
plan.
Hold
We gonna
on.
do this.
That's right.
I got this.
I'm gonna make a plan. If I didn't have one, I'm going
got
in the
one
closet
now.
to get one.
Lord,
Amen.
Before you step
Yeah,
out
he got
and
one
show
now.
me up talking about you gonna clean that backyard. If you don't, you don't clean no
Hey,
backyard. I
hey,
got the
lady.
backyard. You gonna hang up this picture frame?
Put the
I'm
hoe
like,
down.
Yeah, I'll get to it.
The
If I don't
weed
get
eater.
to it within a certain period of time, she gonna get a hammer and nails. Put that down. I got this. So she will go ahead and do her own
Lady
thing.
Charmaine.
But see that just makes me know that hey, I gotta have a plan.
right.
I just can't be saying and talking and like I'm gonna do this and we gonna do that and never follow through because then the trust that she has in my plan and my ability to lead, she start questioning it. Oh, you said you were gonna do this. You said we were gonna do that. You said we're gonna have this. And if I never have a plan for it, she gonna let me know.
Come on, exactly. And see, he's a real man that say, okay, no, babe, no, I got this. I recognize that you're doing it.
Right.
But I
But you
got
don't,
you.
you don't understand how much he got it because he does weave removal.
Yes, honey.
Okay.
Yeah, you a real man. You
don't
got
even
that
know.
for
I
real.
got it all.
But so does Derek, though. See, he
Absolutely.
is the hair hustler.
Yeah, sit in
He
between
install
these. I
weeds,
got
too.
you. Don't be cutting my hair. I got you. I just
got
straight with the
it.
thread.
Hey,
That's it.
And then try to lay down the next track. Like, you know,
Okay.
this will go like this.
Well, at least we in the room with two brothers
There
know how
you
to put
go.
in some weeds,
There you go.
install,
Hey, there you
and
go.
remove.
That's
Praise
right.
God.
Got your back.
That is funny.
Hey, if that's not leading, I don't know what is.
Hey, that's
I can
right.
lead
That's
from the
my
top
point.
down.
Come
That's
on.
hands down.
Come
Lead
on,
with
Jesus.
love.
Come on. That's real talk. You're doing a good job, Mr. Bassett. You got that.
Let's do this.
But it did take God to work on me. No, God had to work on me
Wife, happy
because
life.
I had a
It
very independent mom. My mother was very independent.
did,
She taught me how to be
absolutely.
independent because we didn't have a man in the house besides my brother. So basically, we just had to learn how to make it happen. That's
right.
You know, if you can't do it, okay, I'll give you a moment. I'll give you what we call grace.
She will.
You know what I'm saying? I give you some grace. Then after a while, it has to be done.
And see, she won't nag you. She won't be nagging like, Joe, do this, Joe. She'll just quietly go get the hammer and nails. I'm like, what are you doing? You better put that down.
There is
Get out my
opposite.
toolbox.
See, I told you.
I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to ask you maybe once or twice, and then I just lay low.
See, Get out
There
my
is an
toolbox.
audible sound. The audible sound is,
Right, there you go. There you go. Mhm. Okay.
Exactly.
And I just make it happen.
Exactly.
Because I don't want him to feel no pressure. No
That's
pressure.
right.
No,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
pressure. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And I just make it happen.
Right.
But thank you, babe, for doing it, though.
Yeah, stay out my toolbox.
And she know where it's at.
stay
You gonna
out
have
the
to hide it.
toolbox. Just get out the
Oh,
tools,
my
lady.
goodness.
Oh, God.
Well, I just want to thank my very special guests that came on the show. If you guys enjoyed the show, let us know. We thank you guys so much. We air every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here on Lady Charmaine Live. And be sure to go over to my Facebook fan page, Lady Charmaine, and like the page. Plus, we have a Hot Topics page. It's called Hot Topics Real Talk No Chaser. Be sure to go over there and join that. We drop all the topics in there that we're going to be talking about on Thursday nights. And we want to hear from you. So if you have a topic you want us to talk about, put it in there so we can all discuss it. We want to definitely hear from you. And I just want to let you know that this portion of the Lady Charmaine Live Show, again, is sponsored by Up and Away Travel Services. And her name is Miss Sherry Brockman. She is your travel specialist. Give her a call at 916-226-9226 to book your next vacation today. And again, fellas, and lady and gentlemen.
All right.
Thank y'all. Mr. Derek Dennis, the hair hustler, my girl, Miss Marie Hutchison. And also, before we go, Marie has a page, and I'm so proud of her that she started this page, and it's called the Bold Bearded Women.
Beautiful bearded
There you go.
women.
Beautiful bearded women.
Right.
We bold too. We bold too.
Yeah.
I heard that.
It's called Beautiful Bearded Women, and just share with them briefly the inspiration behind it.
It's pretty much a page to encourage women like myself who have issues with facial hair growth or hair growth on their body from imbalance of hormones. I suffer from hypertestosteronemia, and so I have hair, a male pattern baldness on my head, and I grow a beard. And I've met a lot of women who struggle with it and have issues with it. But I've never, like I tell her, Charmaine, the train, nothing stop this train, baby. Let me tell you
That's
something.
right.
All right now.
Look, I'll grow it out and still be pulling. You understand me?
Exactly.
Look,
You want to braid this, boo boo?
Yeah, right. Let's put some. Hey, let's get silkied up. Can you line
You'll be
me?
running with Derek. Talking about Derek. Derek should
No,
give you
for
run for
real.
your
No,
money.
Well, you know, in the
seriously.
South, they love that. They
No,
don't
right.
want their women to shave their legs,
None
nothing.
of
That's
that.
where my family
And
grew up.
so,
They like
yeah,
that.
and so it's a page just to totally and completely encourage women like myself that you are beautiful, you are lovely, you are who you are. Don't let this stop you. Don't let it
Amen.
change you.
That's
Don't let it give you fear. You are beautiful the way that you are, and I want to encourage every woman like myself to, hey, baby, let it shine.
All right.
I feel Christina Aguilera in my spirit. I feel it right now.
Okay.
You are beautiful.
Yes.
Every single way.
Come on, I have to put that on my
Words
page.
came
Hold on.
from me.
Yeah.
Right now.
See, I wasn't in no choir.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't you
So I
bring me
encourage every
down
women like
today.
myself to just to check it out.
That's
You
it.
know, there's
Yeah.
information, because every issue is different. So it's informational that you're going to start seeing me real soon doing facials and talking about my life. Y'all going to be cracking up because it's funny.
All right,
All
girl.
right. That's
Well, girl,
excellent.
thank you so
Thank
much
you,
again. Well,
Miss
I
Lady
love
Charmaine.
all of you. Thank you guys for joining me on the show. It was such a great show.
Amen.
And again, please share this video, put it on your page, show your friends, tag your friends, and let them know. Look, girl, get it together because you got some good daddies out there.
Yes,
Get it
Lord.
together.
right.
And again,
Together.
guys, thank you guys. We'll see you next time, the same time next week, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye bye.